Welcome to the Global Pulse, a short video series where our experts break down a trending topic in international business and why it matters to you.
After a slow start, COVID-19 has begun spreading rapidly in Africa. In terms of stats, I looked at the Africa CDC bulletin on April 28. There are 33,000 confirmed cases and close to 1,500 deaths. And then I see that there are 5 countries which are actually leading the way, South Africa being the largest hit, followed by Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, and Cameroon. What's also striking is that these numbers in totality do not seem to match up with population size patterns. For instance, take Nigeria, which is the largest country in Africa, is over 200 million population, is registering 1,300 confirmed cases. And then Ghana, its neighboring country, with a population of 27 million, has actually gone higher, 1,500. So then when you go to the east, you see Ethiopia, which is the second largest country in Africa, over 100 million population, has 122. Now, these numbers look pretty nice relative to especially what we're seeing in the US. But today, then I looked at some update. When I looked at the update, Ethiopia's number has actually gone up to 140, and then the other number has gone up from 33 to 44. So there is a possibility that some kind of surge might be going on. But irrespective of the surge and diagnostics of these numbers, the economic impact has already been a disaster. This is mostly because strong, long-standing economic relationships with China, with US, with EU. So you see issues in the export-import sector. And as an example, the hospitality group is hit. Even airlines, Ethiopian Airlines, which is the largest airline in Africa, one of the largest in the world, used to fly to over 100 international destinations. It is now gone down by 90% and with a loss of half a billion. Now, what that means in totality is that there is shrinkage at the aggregate level of 1.6% by the IMF, 4% also on per capita. Now, the question is, how are these countries responding? Well, in the health case, the usual suspects, physical distancing, emergencies, travel restrictions, and so on. And then also lockdowns. But please be mindful that lockdowns are very difficult to implement in slums like Kibera. So what these countries need is have capacity to have facilities to mass test, where the international community could also play a role. Now, on the economic front, since they have to also support and protect their vulnerables, the international community, given that this has reminded us about global interconnected global response is commensurately needed. I'm pleased to see that that seems to be happening. So you have now the G20 calling for a concerted effort and action towards low-income countries, and then international financial institutions, the IMF, World Bank, regional institutions, AFDB, also coming to the plate. So this is going on. Now the question now is, what is the outlook? Well, now countries are maybe recovering. In fact, I saw some numbers where some countries could be actually recovering in a V-shaped, which means faster recovery, but that may not capture the entire stuff that's actually lost. Now, finally, there is one silver lining, that is that it's a wake-up call for these countries to accelerate things which are low-hanging fruit, namely the largest trading agreement that they have enacted needs to be accelerated so that they will like to reduce their negative shocks to the next crisis. I think that global interconnectedness is here to stay. Global policies have to be coordinated. We are in it together. Thank you.